Hello, everyone. Gonna start out today with the M46 Patton KR. Now, thank you very much for the person who gifted it to me. It's much appreciated. I've wanted this tank. It's just I wasn't exactly able to pick it up for myself. So thank you again very much. Um, Hello, Uber. Yeah, five weeks is a good amount of time. Well, yeah, if you have the itch, if you want a platoon, I'll gladly platoon with you. Um, yeah, if anybody's open to platooning today, it's you know that works for me. As long as if you're on the North American server, of course. If there's any requests, I'll pretty much play anything today as well. Hello, Clan. Nice to see you. Um, More or less, I'm just going to be mainly trying to get my doubles done on my tanks that I'm grinding. I might be able to actually finish the WZ 111-14 grind today. I have like 8k experience left on it. Still need some credits for the 113 now. Hello, Scud. Nice to see you. Yeah, we should be starting to see some nice Christmas specials come up, though, as far as like, 5x or something for your first victory, stuff like that. Usually they do that, a little bit before Christmas. It's going to be interesting to see, though, since it falls on a weekend, how they're going to handle that, though. If it's just going to be the weekend or, a few days before and after. Okay. Hello, Graham. Yeah, that wouldn't be good if, say you're just using the touchpad. I've tried that for... I tried playing on a touchpad back when World of Warplanes first came out. Oh, that was bad. Granted, most people have mouses for their laptops. Turret armor is not buffed on this yet, so I gotta be a pinch careful here. I'm mainly just trying to spot him right now, unless he gets distracted, something like that. But with this light tank popping up, no. Yeah, this is my first match in this. Again, Wargaming, they've changed their gift shop around a bit where receiving gifts, it doesn't always send you a notification. And I was just looking through the premium shop, actually tempted to pick this up. I was looking, at the unbundled version, and I saw this. I was like, holy shit, that was such a good surprise for today. Trust me, you do not want to. It was and it was World of Warplanes is a little bit more forgiving too, and it was bad. All right, Artie on their team was kind of preoccupied. This Rev doesn't seem to be popping off too many shots, but hell, the enemy team right here, they're kind of helping us out here. They're not really shooting back. They're just, kind of letting us hit them more or less. Be nice if I could aim a little bit better. That always helps. Awesome. Now we just got these two lights here, the Yag Panther as well. I gotta be careful about. I'm gonna set up to be able to shoot him over here. Just gotta wait for him to, get spotted again. Yeah, the light tank can't see me. I got these couple bushes in front of me here. Oh, or not. He just got artified. Awesome. Alright. E25, that's going to be a blast. Just because, we're getting pretty close to Artie here, and... And of course I miss. There's the SPG. SPG-1 out. I'm mainly concerned about the SU-14 now. Shit. I just want to get this E-25 out. There we go. So they can continue on their merry way. And I'm going to go towards the center. Because capping out here isn't out of the question, but it could be difficult. Thank you. Hello, Anthony. Thank you for the subscription, Red. Now, the one little chink in the M46, and you know, right now the turret armor isn't that great, but the overall gun accuracy is not the best either. Yeah, it's not bad, but it definitely leaves a little bit to be desired when you compare it to, say, like the MUTs. But here we go. It's just mid to long range shots. They, you know, aren't guaranteed if RNG is not on your side. Yeah, it's been a while, Anthony. Nice to see you again. Here we go. Nice. Shit. I tracked him, but he either has very good reflexes or he had, you know, automatic whatchamajig, you know, to pull off his repair kit. Oh shit. That's not good. That's what I was afraid of. They pretty much, you know, all pulled back here. And I don't exactly want to fight heavy tanks in this thing. At least, you know, by myself head on. I'm trying to get back to, you know, the guys around my base here. Shit. It's just the guys around my base keep moving further and further away from me. And this AMX is, you know, kind of hanging around waiting to get me. It's just even with a premium round, it'll be a little shit. There's that accuracy coming into play. Trying to keep myself to where I can't get hit by everybody here. But it'd be very nice to get a little bit of help from other people here. And, you know, this VK's sitting out here in the open. And yet, yeah. Already just missed there, but like, holy shit, guys. Like, how many of you can hit this guy? I might get popped here. Felt like that was, you know, it's just staying. I should be fine to escape here. Thank you very much, Uber. Much appreciated. But yeah, if you want a platoon, you know, just let me send me a message if you log on. Goes to pretty much everybody too. Yeah, the main times, especially since I'm done work now, I'm not like a zombie after work. Main times when I'm not exactly going to be up for platooning is if I'm like grinding out credits for something I need. You know, fairly quickly. Which I need a shit ton of credits, but right now I'm not too worried about them right now. Shit, this IS-3 is... Alright, he should be right about... I don't know why, you know, the light tank wanted to go get him, but hell, I'll kill him there. Thank you, Uber. Ah, nice, you're on vacation? That's pretty cool, your first ace tanker. Look at this, my first match in an ace tanker. What a coincidence. I'm actually gonna have to, yeah, screenshot this thing. There we go. I just wanted to make sure it's actually saving. I've had a couple times where Missed out, but hey, pretty good match for my first one um, in the M46 here. Yeah, I literally, just saw it right before logging on, and yeah, I was like, ah, awesome, because I was pretty close to buying it, right before the stream here. All right, so there's no other requests as of right now, so let me hop into, where is it, T54E1, since I'm grinding that out. Yeah, I've wanted to get it, but with the tank buffs, I am very glad someone gifted it to me. Thank you again. Uh, it was high on my list with the turret armor buff on it, which right before that, I actually played one match before streaming here. I actually got another ace tanker right before this. I wish I had streamed it. I'm gonna have to, upload it later on. It was in the VK, what is it, 2801. It was a pretty fun match in that thing. That's pretty good for an IS-6, yeah. Yeah, especially with the amount of premiums coming in the game that have a crap ton of, not crap ton, but a good amount of penetration because they don't have preferential matchmaking. IS-6 armor's still good, but some matches, because there was like the rental for the AMX M4 49, stuff like that, it's a little bit hard right now to deflect that many. Hello, Rich. Nice to see you. Yeah, I'm not heading the other way, mainly because I saw not that many people head that way, and I'm not top tier in this thing, so I play this, pretty safe. Ooh, that bat chat. Granted, I don't have the best accuracy in the world on this thing, but I was about to say he should take damage, but then I saw there's no SPG, so he's actually pretty safe. I've told you can bother me to play, It's just, I'm going to be reworking my stream schedule, I think, sometime, for starting next week or late next week. Looks like the enemy team went to the other side. Holy shit. This is like, oh, I hate matches like this. They're very unpredictable. They can be very fun, but it's very hard to predict where to go when, both teams, just focus on one flank and one flank alone. I think I'm going to want to set up somewhere around these buildings. That way I can get shots on tanks that are back here on this 8 to 9 line hill. And hopefully stay hidden myself. But yeah. Without Artie, I can be semi-safe over here. Hello, Jade. Nice to see you. Well, Chi-Rees will help you with that. If those things spewing out, 3 shells a clip, you can block a ton of shots that way. Yeah, the enemy is definitely playing this smart. We're playing this a little bit more safe. Shit. I'm just again, it's hard to predict where you can go like this. I haven't fought because the map used to be, you spawned on not north and south, you spawn east and west. I just haven't played, quite some time spawning that way, so you kind of forget the exact locations that are best to do that with. Alright, I'm gonna assume he's gonna pull. Never mind, he's gonna charge at him. But there we go. Couple decent shots there. That TVP should have the bat chat. Hello, Simon and Toma. Nice to see you guys. 1 or 2 days potentially, Uber. Now that I'm not working, later on definitely works. More or less, it's going to be similar to what you see now. I don't want to change it too much since the schedule seems to work with a lot of you guys, who watch me. So I don't want to, change it up too much and, mess things up for you guys. But, it might run a little bit later when I stream at night. Stuff like that. That just might change around a little bit. This might, take a lot of damage here, but I feel like getting that bad chat out is well worth it. He is spotting us a lot here. I'm going to take the time to just get that one shell back. Hello, Minecraft. Nice to see you. Thank you. Which, yeah, like I kind of forgot in between matches, but if anyone would like the platoon, feel free to message me. Sometimes I forget to check my friends list in between matches. Alright, if they can spot the STB-1, I might have a shot here on them. If not, it's going to be a little bit difficult for me to weasel my way out of here, but okay, it looks like I'll be good. I guess I was within view range of these guys, but that building covered me just enough. Just trying to get back, to where I can fire without being seen. But for those people who complain about Artie and say it needs to be removed completely, not that this match isn't, balanced right now and fun, it's just not every match, but a vast majority of the matches would boil down to this. Two sides just camping it out. And, the team that makes the mistake, essentially the team, pushing here is, you're at a disadvantage. It just makes the game a lot more campy and, in my opinion, boring in a way. It really just, discourages you actually, spotting people, pushing up, working as a team, because it all comes down to essentially just sitting there outside of view range and whacking, whatever brave tank decides to push across. Holy crap, that TVP is... I thought he was out in the open, but, no. It's just I don't have the best accuracy here, so this shot is extremely difficult here. I wanted that WZ. There he is. Awesome. He went to that same spot like 4 times. Alright, so now we're starting to get a little bit of an advantage. The enemy team, they were spotting pretty decent, but fortunately for us, I guess we got out some of their tanks that were playing pretty hard, and they just weren't able to stop, us from getting to the underside of the hill here. Once that happens and you're kind of boxed in, it makes it a lot easier to, get an enemy out, because they can't crest the hill as easily. Ah, shit. That was a mistake. Ooh, Lord. I didn't expect that T10 to hit me, considering he's more or less sitting out in the open. Like the E50, I thought he'd be able to hit me, but yeah, I didn't expect the T10 to get me. So I'd say I'm not entirely sure here if this was the right choice, because our guys in the north are, playing this now they're starting to move, but they're playing it a little bit safe. Yeah, it more or less like Artie like if there's one SPG, two SPGs here, like I would still say for both teams going the way that we did, it wouldn't have been a quick match, but you know, it definitely discourages people just to sit on both hills and like whack-a-mole at each other. Shit, that was a bad shot. And I got a bounce. Gotta hate the frickin' T-54E1's gun sometime. Granted, two of those were my misses, but it just, yeah, it's not the easiest gun to rely upon. Whoops. And, yep, screwed up there. TVP moved, you know, he moved down there well. It's just, I thought with that IS-7 down there, he would have been able to spot, but I was wrong. At least we got a win here. I didn't do completely terrible. If I can actually get back to my tank, it's all right match, but all right. Yeah, it seems like Fire Dog. If you want a platoon, you know, let me know. All right. So if there's any requests, you know, I'll gladly hop into them. So I'm gonna hop into the T-26 here. Yeah, luckily I got done all, you know, all those tank requests last night. That was a lot of them. Yeah, it made it pretty easy for me because I didn't have to think about what tank I was playing. But I coffee and all yesterday, I still flopped and passed out by 10. Which I remember you, Graham, you asked me, you know, within the past week about the new Swedish tank destroyer armor. More or less looking at their armor again, and over the overmatch rules, how they're keeping the same. It actually is looking a lot better. Essentially, the only guns that are gonna pose a true threat to it are, because I had someone ask me later last night too, are going to be, well, the 122 millimeter. A lot of people are talking about that because a certain somebody made a video about it. 122 can overmatch some of the parts on the, you know, the tier 9 and 10 TD, the upper glacis and especially the lower glacis, but more or less it's going to be the 150 millimeter guns that you're going to have to worry about and up. They can overmatch, you know, a large portion of it, whereas 122 and up can overmatch, you know, just the beginning, like, fifth of the upper glacis, the bottom portion of it, which is extremely hard to hit. But I'm going to be buying, more or less likely, I'm going to try to finish and get the 113 unlocked. Hopefully going to purchase that, and then I'm going to, you know, grind up a bunch of credits again. That way, once the patch releases, I'm going to plan on picking up, hopefully both up to tier 8 in the Swedish lines, both of them. So I need quite a bit of credits for that. I'm hoping to, you know, nab them. Alright, there's two already, and again, I had a match like this last night. You can't be, you know, false sense of security being here, because Artie can whack you here. Just based off of, you see those hills way in the background there. SPGs mainly sit there, and they're slightly higher than this location. So they have a, you know, easier time shooting over cover. Then again, if SPGs don't head there, then, you know, you're a little bit safer. Let's see, I'm trying to bait these guys here. It's definitely iffy. You know, it's not completely safe for me to do this, but there's an Object 704 on my left that I am pretty worried about. But sometimes, you know, it's not great to push over this, where that Conqueror is, even though they're moving back now. So moving over a little bit to the left, sometimes you can pull them over and it gives your teammates pretty good shots on them. Alright, now we're going to be good. I'm going to try to get this IS-3 out. And we should be pretty safe to do that. Very nice. Now we have a 704. I'm not going to go unless he fires his gun, of course. T-32 can deflect it if he goes angled in. Okay, I don't know what the 704 is doing, but he's not even pointing at us. Maybe he's not playing, or now yeah. I'll probably take some damage here, but at this point, you know, we've pretty much won this. Pretty nice, easy win here for us. Oh, and I got another bounce there. I hit that extremely angled portion, unfortunately. Hello, Abdul. Nice to see you. Ah, nice. The heavy tank, Graham. It's not the easiest tank to play, but it can be, you know, pretty damn effective. That tank was actually slated to benefit a lot from the new overmatch rules, but essentially it would be able to side scrape effectively. It would still have weak spots, but you know, its weak side armor was going to be less of a handicap. But that's delayed for the time being now. I don't have a shot. I don't think I'll be able to reload in time. Nope. If you want me to, you know, play the 215B, I can. I'm banking. Artie's over there. I was going to say I'm banking on hopefully Artie being in closer to me. Here we go. I got a kill. Awesome. Yeah, not too bad. Our team did very well. You know, a lot of people over 1,000 damage. That's always a, you know, nice thing to see. So, all right. Since I don't have any requests yet, why don't I get my WZ 111-14 hopefully double done. All right, Himmelsdorf. You know, not a bad match being top tier. I like slightly more, for lack of better, like fluid matches, like maps, big maps, stuff where you have room to work around in this, because its main advantage over other heavies is, well, a good alpha, but its mobility. Well, thanks for watching, Graham. I was wondering why you haven't requested a lot of things recently. It was a string of bad luck. It wasn't, you know, your tanks specifically. But have a nice end to your workday there. Yeah, I can do the T-44-100. There's one SPG I gotta be aware of here. I'd like to see, you know, if there are 2 tier 9 mediums head to the hill, and if the E-75 heads over to the 7-8 line. That'll make things a little bit easier for me. This is kind of the point of no return. Once you pass that little divot there, makes it a lot harder to deflect rounds once you're past that. Surprise! He's probably like, what the hell, 500 damage. But the enemy does not seem to be pushing hard here. So I'm going to get past this last little hurdle and go down this way. Again, these guys down here need to push up. It's like, keep an eye on the map. If I'm this far away, you're not going to have any, any shots on the enemy. Yeah, I can do the Swedish premium. About to say, easier if I shoot down there. Less angled armor. It's not you guys. It's maybe I'll just stop looking at the names. If I don't see the name requesting it, it won't jinx me. Alright, the 152 can hurt me. Especially with my weaker armor, but I'm safe to pass through. Here, looks like I'm going to have a Panther 2 behind me, so I am not safe pushing around here, but if he pushes up to help me, I'm more inclined to head around the corner. Alright, this Comet. I'll take the hit. Ooh, and of course I bounced there. Come on, guys. Push with me here. Kind of sacrificing myself more or less if this 152... Yep, he's aiming at me. I'm more concerned about his high alpha than I am the Comet here. Comet can, get some damage in on me, but he's not gonna, pop me for a shit ton of damage. It's just LTTB. I guess you're right there. The derp gun, I have seen where it would, be better in a lot of cases for the WN8, but it all comes down to personal preference. Shit, I gotta... Oh, the Panther's pushing on him. Interesting. Is this T-26 gonna... maybe not. I thought he was gonna back up. Going to the same spot, more than twice is not a smart thing. He's looking exactly where I'm at now. No matter what way I angle, he's able to get a good hit on me. But pretty nice win here, almost 3k damage. This thing very easy to rack the damage up on. I'm not concerned about killing the rest of the tanks. Pretty much, it was my highest placing tank for that top tankers thing. I was 29th for it, and I didn't really try too hard to get any specific tank high. I just wanted to place a lot of them. So I wanted personal reserves from it. And when I looked at the ending, I was like, holy shit, I got 29th in WZ. But man, this tank just works. It's, yep, almost to the 113. Under 5,000 experience now. It's a pretty awesome tank. Alright, it's a T-44-100 for the next tank. It's just, you need to, avoid falling into the gun depression trap because it doesn't have any, and also don't take too many stupid shots. And it's like playing I think reading before I popped into it, a lot of people made a good point where it's essentially the IS-7's gun you know, on it. More or less, I believe. It almost has the same stats for it. But the 113 is a different story. That tank over there, whew, it's got some pretty interesting armor on it. It doesn't have great gun depression, but little bumps, if you can hide the lower plate, increase the upper plate a little bit, it can pretty much bounce a lot of stuff outside of its hatches. That is, yeah, it's a good point for them to push there, but are we gonna fight them over there? I don't know why they're all saying, like, you know, good game, we're gonna lose. Like, you can negate, you know, a medium push. You just stay together, more or less. Alpha triumphs over DPM if you're in a group. This is a little bit of a risk for me to go through here. It's like you gotta use their strength to their or your advantage. If they play very aggressive, you just stay in a ball, let them push into you, and once you get like one or two of them out, you know, their DPM doesn't matter jack shit if you have alpha over them. I'm just trying to keep a little bit of vision here. That E3 almost would have squeaked through. Now I'm... Yeah, our other side is, you know, playing very far back. We have no eyes in the center here, which nothing I really can do about it. I'm a tier 8. It's not like I can... Yep, we're getting pushed on the other side. You know, it wasn't bad for us to think that they're going to push the beach, but we definitely need to react a little bit better now. You know, they're pushing hard on the other side. I'm going to try to help the 140 here if I can. I don't want to push as hard as him, but I should be able to help out with this bat chat coming through. Just wonder who spotted me here. Shit, now the 140 is, or T62-8 or T62A is my opponent here, which is not good, especially because this T34 hasn't moved that much. Come on, 50B. Just trying to track him there. That didn't exactly work out. Yeah, the 50B, he's not going to save me, but I can at least, you know, he's going to be able to get the 62A out now pretty well. Oh well. And our team's too busy fighting amongst one another, saying it's rigged. Your team almost always loses when, you know, teams do that. I'm such a reroll. You gotta love people like that. Alright, so the Strev. Let's get on that. Next up, yeah, I can play the KV5 Simon. Pretty much over. Seems to be what most people do. Which, you know, we've talked about it before, like wargaming potentially taking it out and stuff. There's actually a better solution, which they toyed with on Super Test and the test server before, but it got somewhat negative feedback from people. I honestly think it's a good idea. Like, they were, you know, within about a week at one point from implementing it on the live server, but they pulled it at the last second. Essentially, it's like Clan Wars, Fog of War, where you cannot see the enemy team, and your client actually does not know anything, you know, data-wise or whatnot, until you actually spot the tank. So that would virtually, would still have XVM on your team, which it won't fix, those problems of people bashing people for your stats on your own team. But more or less, it would it would make the game a little bit more interesting because you don't know what the enemy team makeup is, but you would know, how much RD's on the enemy team within one, because RD's more or less always plus or minus one or the same. And it would fix XVM sniping in a way because you wouldn't be able to see the enemy team till they're spotted. So more or less, it would be a little bit less likely that people are gonna weed you out just based off of your name and stuff like that, and complain about, oh, we only have a 50% chance of winning, because XVM's not going to know anything until the whole team's spotted, if that makes any sense. I haven't seen Wargaming talk about that recently, because they did test it and they were talking about it and pulled it. It's just, that's one solution to, the problem. Outside of just, taking it out of the game altogether, but, a lot of people like it. Or like it and don't realize it's making their game more frustrating. Yeah, I kind of wish they would test it again, because I think it would be a little bit more, appreciate it now, because I think the last time they tested it, it was, I don't even know how many years ago. Well over, I would say at least 2. I'm in a problem with this tank being in, this battle. Even my APCR doesn't have a ton of penetration. So I'm more or less just waiting for an opening to help out my team. And I could have sat over in the 1-2 line, which I'm actually still tempted to go over there, to be honest. Because these tanks here, I'm not able to pen them. And we have a low and an AMX M4 up here, but I don't know if I'd want to go toe to toe with their tanks like that. But yeah, I'm not able to pen pretty much any of those tanks, even with APCR on the hill like that. Yeah, a lot of people, support it. It's just, it's more or less Wargaming doesn't want to piss off, a lot of people. But unfortunately, the vocal minority sometimes triumphs over, the silent majority. Because, looking at the forums, whenever Wargaming tries to do something different, it's like pitchforks and the game's dying, and which people even complained about, like World of Warplanes. It's pretty much dead, but the servers are still open, and right now they have a event going on. If you want to convert free experience, right now it's one gold for 35, so pretty good deal compared to the standard. And if you have any experience over there, you can convert it and actually use it in World of Tanks. And there's also like an event going on where if you haven't played in a while, I believe you get a shit ton of experience modifiers to where you can earn a ton of freaking credits. Help me out, dude. Yeah, I'm loading, and unfortunately this Cromwell probably knows that. Oh shit, there's a Chaffee. This is not good. But people were complaining like, oh, World of Tanks, it was like a bad thing for Wargaming having this event for World of Warplanes and to bring experience over to World of Tanks. I was like, you guys are complaining about nothing. But it actually made me tempted to load up World of Warplanes, because a lot of the battles, even though the population is about 200 to 800 people from what I've seen, people talking about, it's filled with a lot of bots. So it actually, it has full matches. Pretty much, Doug. You know, the people that, oh, we have a 30% chance of winning, or 17, and they go drown themselves in the water. Like, people like that. Yeah, I don't get it. Alright, it'd be nice if they would spot. Like, the low still is, you know, HP to spot for us. It's T-28 I don't have, you know, a solid shot on. I don't want to go up further, but... Come on! Woohoo! One more hit and he'll be gone, but... One more hit and I might not be able to get a shot on him. Come on! T-32. Here we go. Come on, one of these. There we go. I was about to say, one of these shots has to pen him. Now we got a problem of the T-28. Shit. I'm not worried about him yet. Unless this person's going to spot for him, I should be safe for now from him. I'd much rather try to get these guys out once this IS-3 moves. Shit. Keyword is try, too, because, like I was saying earlier in the match, this thing doesn't have, you know, the penetration at times. Alright, I'll go spot, I guess. Exactly. I feel like it's almost a thing not isolated on the North American server, but unique about it, that it's more of a problem here, it seems like, than on other servers. But I don't know. I guess it's a good thing people care about their stats that much, but also, you know, a very bad thing. Just like this is a very bad decision, me going after a T-28 while I am one-shottable. I'm trying... Shit, the Pershing's over here. Yep. Oh well. And already got me. I wasn't expecting the Pershing all the way down there, but I was kind of expecting someone to shoot this guy, and yet already ran away. Awesome. I didn't even notice that because I was too focused on trying to track this guy. But I guess I shouldn't have pushed over to try to help my team out. Oh well. I thought the Pershing would have stayed back only because their arty was pretty wide open. But I did a little bit of damage here, but matches like that, you know, they're tough to do too much in when you're bottom tier in a premium tank. Let me get the KV5 loaded. You know, like the tank I guess played the Swedish tank. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it every time, but tanks, you know, with full matchmaking premiums, they're still very good tanks. And a lot of people, you know, whenever they get released, like the T26E5, the AMX M449, like Liberté, T44-100, I always suggest, you know, I bring up the IS-6 a lot if people ask a premium tank to get, because preferential matchmaking, it's still a big thing, even though your tank sometimes, when you get thrown in against a bunch of other tier 8 premiums that are newer without preferential matchmaking, it can kind of feel like your tank sucks. When you're in a lot of tier 9 and tier 10 battles specifically, or, you know, even if you're in a lower tier premium like the Streb there, and you're 2 tiers under, premium tanks, you know, they're gimped a little bit more so than, you know, the standard tech tree ones or tanks, more or less so. Like the argument can be made for like the T26E5 that in a tier 10 match it can do more damage than the T32. However, the T32, you know, if you do use a little bit of premium, it has much better armor and it can actually hold down, whereas the T-26E5 will take damage almost every time cresting a hill. Um, but that's why I always kind of, the preferential tanks are still, you know, a pretty good deal to grab before they get replaced. And I keep forgetting the name of it, but ooh, there's Scorpion G there. The IS-6 is looking like it's going to get replaced with the newest, you know, Russian Tier 8 premium heavy tank on the Super Test server. Awesome. That's not awesome. Oh shit. That was a heat shell followed by that. Yeah. Yeah, now I'm in a bad spot. That's a very nifty spot. I don't think I've ever been shot from there before. I'm probably gonna die. This is like the trifecta of bad spots for enemies to be in for me right now. Coupled with that, but more or less, yeah. More or less, right now we have how many people back here? Like, I tried to push out. Usually you're semi-safe there, but we have so many people in this middle line here where they can get shots onto the hill, but we don't have anybody on the hill. So the enemy's still going to push through, and then you're all stuck in this one little line with almost no cover, and you can get flanked by, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. You can get flanked by essentially the whole map. So setting up there as our main group, that's not a good idea. But I'll hop back into the KV5 you know, after my next match, Simon. Doesn't look like there's any other requests here, so why don't I get to a tank that I need to get a double on, then I'll hop back into the KV5. So I'll play the Panther here. Yeah, like, there can be arguments made for XVM's gun. It's just, you know, I always comment about the worst that comes out of it, because I feel like it's a big negative part of the game. The IS-6 definitely needs, you know, to use heat quite a bit, Anthony. But when it comes down to brawling, just keep in mind, the closer you get to a tank, if you have an enemy with good gun depression, they can shoot down into your upper plate, and, you know, it negates the armor on it. So sometimes it's better to stay, you know, 100 meters away or so, where your lower plate actually, you know, has pretty good effective armor, because they're shooting down at that, and it makes it stronger. And a lot of people don't realize that it's better for them to close in on you, punch through your upper plate, and it's weaker. But sometimes if you have a good enemy and they know that, when you try to brawl and get close like that, they just shoot down into your upper plate, and it's easier for them to pen you. I'm just seeing what my team's doing here, you know, because I'm not top tier here, and there's quite a few tier 8 heavies. I don't like being over here on in encounter mode, but if I have spotters in front of me, I, you know, don't mind sitting back in a tank like this. It's just right now there's at least an IS and a meal out ahead of us, which, you know, is pretty scary for a tank like this, because you can definitely lose a huge chunk of your HP quickly. Our heavies look like they are, you know, going with the hill strategy, which, you know, isn't bad, but at the same time we really need to win at least that spot in the center, or else the hills completely negate it, because when you're pushing over the hill, the enemy can, you know, frickin' annihilate you from the center in that position if you don't have anybody keeping them back. Doesn't help that I've missed every single shot so far. And yet, they're all still going to the hill. It's like, you know, winning the hill's important, but wargaming, you know, over the changes to this map has made it so it isn't, you know, win or die. You need support to win the hill most times, or else you're going to take a ton of damage from the center, because they made it more viable to fight from there. But again, unfortunately, I'm not in a tank where I can really influence, you know, too much right now, and I'm not even confident, yeah, getting across here, because, you know, their scouts are well on our side of the map. Shit, and I'm spotted now, so say bye-bye to me, essentially. Yeah, there's nowhere I even can really move to. Sometimes, though, you gotta work with what you're given, and sitting in the back trying to get damage is really the only play I can do here. Ah, Lord. I swapped off an APCR, but here we go. I'd like to at least get the M6 out to, you know, give my team a little bit better of a chance, but they still have a chance of winning, but they've kind of dug their own grave by focusing on this little corner where once you get pinned in, it's very hard to take shots out of. Oh well. Alright, so I'll hop back into the KV5 here, because, yeah, that match, I don't think it was close at all. Nope, we killed one tank. And, you know, I saw that a mile away. Nice, Anthony. Hello, Wolfie Wolf. Nice to see you. Hello, EKB. I'll just go with. Side scraping. Stuff like the IS-6, if you're trying in that, it's not the best. Some tanks... I'll try to play I'll play the IS-6 up next and see if I can help out a little bit. But tanks like the IS-6, you need to... If Arty's there, it's harder because you have to get very far away. But you don't want to angle much. You want to stay almost more or less vertical and just eke out to your turret. You know, you can shoot. Or some people even go as far as reversing into, you know, the building, so that, you know, the corner is here, and if your tank has a forward mounted turret, you kind of reverse side scrape to where, you know, your turret sticks out much easier going that way, rather than having your front, you know, towards the building and having to stick out all of this before you get your gun out. It's just something you got to play around with, but it's not always practical. Like, you see some videos where it works, like, it's perfect, and you're like, oh, that's the best idea ever. But actual games, it's hard to get into position like that, and then you also have to think about getting out of that position if things go south. So it's hard. I usually don't bother with getting in, like, reversing like that. Even though your armor's better, most of the time you know, I'd rather find a different way that's quicker, rather than, you know, sit at a corner and expect the enemy to flow into me like I want them to. I gotta appease the dog. He's probably the happiest, even more so happier than me. You know, with yesterday being like my last full day of work. Yeah. Hell, he went as far as he usually doesn't jump up on the couch. He jumped up on the couch today and he like wouldn't get off of me for like an hour. Which I will say, you know, this week my stream schedule is the same here. Next week it's going to be pretty similar. However, like on today, Monday, I know that day is going to be different. It's probably going to be later on in the day because while I am done work, essentially I'm working a little bit Friday, a little bit Saturday, and Monday we wrap up the kitchen, you know, get everything winterized. So I'll be there Monday, you know, midday about this point. So I won't be streaming at this specific time, but I'll still be streaming on Monday more or less. Shit. We got a lot of tanks coming behind us, and I guess I'm the only one gonna be covering this side, unfortunately. It's just... Come on, guys. It's like we are close to capping, but we have a lot of people over in the 9 and 0 line, and right now they should be trying to help us plug this hole. Shit, I could have gotten that shot off. Here we go. Now they're, you know, now they're in a spot to where they can help us out. Shit. Go. I'm just swapping over to APCR since I'm low HP. I don't want to bounce shots. It's gonna make it hard with this TD to bounce a shot, though. I'm just slowly inching my way back, but even though we have the enemy in a tough position, it still comes down to right now. You know, we had our little group here, and really, you know, full HP ST1. And now the enemies, even though they're down, they're the ones in a group, so they can turn the tide of this still. But when I'm in a position like this, and I see, you know, the main group getting smacked, you do your best to help them. So in a ST1, pull out, start taking some shots, but we should still be able to get this. It's just me nitpicking a little bit there. Alright. So I'll try to hop into the IS-6 here. No surprise that we lost that Panther match. Alright. Top 3 damage somehow. I'm not even sure how I got placed that high. pretty much Uber. Yeah, you got that's the right thing to say there. Like, some people do go out of their way to do it, but more or less, yeah, that's the right thing. You don't go into it expecting to do it unless it just happens to turn out that way. I'm doing my best not to drop the hat today. For whatever reason, I couldn't get it on right. Which Ryan, I don't think she did it, but she was half joking, half serious, ordering me an ugly Christmas sweater. So we have a ugly Christmas sweater party that we're going to, and for me to wear on the stream as well. But I'm not sure if she actually got it though. I was planning on wearing the hat though. I'll have to finish the backside of it, but I think I would win, you know, with a hat added on top of the sweater. But yeah, if there's any other requests, I'll gladly, you know, hop into a tank you'd like to see played. If not, after this, I'll probably, I forget what other doubles I have outside of German tanks. I have the OHO. I'll try to get that done. Oops. Don't want to mess him up. Okay, Comet. Don't shoot me. Ooh, shit. I don't have an auto extinguisher on this. I always forget to change it. But damn, that shot hurt. That was my fault for trying to be nice for the Comet, and without him there, I would have been able to angle in more to get over to this side, but I passed in front of him like that, and I shouldn't have. This is not good. They're expecting me to spot, and yeah, we have a bunch of TDs sitting where there's not really any cover. Yep. I don't know why you just did that, but yeah, I can't fight them over there, honestly. They can both go through my armor pretty easily, but at the same time, if I'm going this way. There's no point in me going out, because I can, even if I try to angle right there, there's always a spot for them to pen me with those guns. So those TDs can fend for themselves. Tank's not buffed yet. I didn't need APCR there, but okay, I'm still safe for the time being. Ooh, Lord. Oh, and of course I bounce. Hey, look, I'm in a position to reverse side scrape. Woo! Not that this is the best spot for it, but weasel my way over a little bit. Using APCR not only because, you know, I'd rather pen my shots right now, but a little bit quicker than an AP shell. Thanks a lot, dude. Not to say I hope you die, but why do people do that? You're making it much harder for me to actually get shots off here. Anger. Luckily I didn't shoot him, but man, like, I hate when people do that, but I'll have to I'm hoping Uber. I think I'm gonna have to get one, because you know this party we go to is a pretty fun party, so I'm not exactly a party person. I think you guys can kind of pick up on that. But you know, I'll be fun from time to time. Shit, that's the back of his tank, but I was expecting the Ferdinand. Alright. That Cromwell, he should be able to get him out. Yeah, I missed. Oh well. Surprised the TDs there ran, like the Yag Panther and the Borsig ran back. Oh well. I'll take it. I'll take the win through capping. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, we got wins on both of them. Very nice. I'm fairly sure. Yeah, I got that. So why don't I do the oh ho. Well, exactly, Wolfie Wolf. Yeah, not to sound like I'm complaining too much, but if you remember, people are too caught up right now, World of Tanks, complaining about things and being so anti-war gaming. You have people, you know, the most popular, like Quickie Baby Jingles, leading up to, you know, once the 9.17 patch, the test server went on. Like, I did a live stream for it, and you have all these people making videos about once they start looking into the overmatch mechanics. They made all these videos about, oh, it's, you know, it's buffing Russian tanks, and you know, it's going to make things impossible to fight when it's not that bad. And they show like these perfect little situations, like a scorpion with its 1 millimeter of armor angled at like 85 degrees and stuff like that, even more so than that, showing the extreme effects of overmatch. Where Wargaming even, they didn't make an official statement, but it was stated on forums. There was actually a bug for very thin armor, like basically 1 to 10 millimeters, that it wasn't supposed to bounce that much off of tanks that large caliber. And you see all these videos about, you know, how bad the overmatch changes are, and it's stupid and stuff, and people freaking out about it. So Wargaming pulled it, and then immediately after that, these same people, because they, you know, it's their job and they need hits, and you know, people watch them a lot, they turn around and make videos, you know, then focusing on the flip side, where now the new tanks, you know, the old overmatch changes, you're not going to be able to overmatch them, like you said, to 120 millimeters. Whereas Russian tanks, they have 122 millimeters, and the reason Wargaming was changing the overmatch mechanics is to make it a little bit more intuitive, where you don't need to just know your shell's caliber and like, oh, you know, like in that case, this is 40 millimeters, I have a 120 millimeter gun, I can't overmatch that. But hey, next battle against the same exact tank, I'm not even paying attention here because I'm ranting. You know, shooting the same enemy in a 122 millimeter gun, you're like, oh, I can just overmatch his front, I'm fine. Like, yeah, that was stupid for me to push here. But, you know, Wargaming was trying to fix that, and, you know, a bunch of people got riled up, more or less very easily, and they pulled it because people were complaining, and they're planning on tweaking it. So hopefully it shows up in, you know, the next patch. And now people are complaining about them not changing it, and you know, they're changing it for a reason. So thank you, Uber. I didn't even see his message there, but thank you for getting rid of that person. I'm sure they're begging, looking at that, begging for a subscriber or something. But I don't know, more or less, if Wargaming's trying to fix something where, yes, it's been in the game since it released Overmatch, it hasn't been changed or altered at any point. Hello, Cookie Monster, nice to see you. But they're looking to change it because it makes, like, say if they changed it and like the IS-3 became super overpowered because people can't overmatch its roof, which not a lot of people, like, I don't overmatch the roof hardly any times. Not a lot of people actually use that. Yes, it's there, and you know, very knowledgeable players know it and can do that, but if it became even more broken and overpowered, which it's a very good tier 8, but you know, it's not completely broken. I'll say it's probably the best tier 8 standard tank by far, or not by far, but by a bit. But if it broke a lot of, you know, old tanks with the overmatch changes, they would be able to balance it a lot easier than, you know, putting in these Swedish tanks and a lot of thinly armored tanks now that can get overmatched, that they'd be able to balance tanks a lot easier switching the overmatch changes to something that isn't just cut and dry a 2x and a 3x overmatch rule. You know, it makes balancing easier, and it makes, you know, angling your tank a little bit more complex, rather than just knowing, oh, my side can be overmatched, I can't angle this tank, stuff like that. So it's just annoying, and it frustrates me because, like, you know, I pretty much just stick to right now live streaming, and you know, I throw out replays of my good matches, and soon I plan on making some specific videos as far as guides go. But you know, I try not to do clickbait videos, and you know, a lot of the popular people do, which it just annoys me that people gobble them up because more or less, a lot of times it's very misleading, and Wargaming does listen to the community more than people give them credit to, and you know, it has a negative effect, and yet people still look at these certain people that make these videos when they're just for hits, because you know they make money off of it. Like I make money off of my videos, but I don't try to mislead you guys, if that makes sense. Like if I buy a premium tank and it sucks, I'm gonna tell you about it. Um, like I might, you know, think a tank's better than it is sometimes based off of my own opinion. But you know, if something sucks or is wrong, I tell you guys my thoughts rather than, you know, spin it to, you know, have an alternate motive. Ah. I need to take a drink right now. Oh. Yeah, my morning this morning, it was 110% dog time. I didn't even have time to eat breakfast. I forgot to. Yeah, it's just there's always gonna be shit. Now my gun's gonna be damaged. At least I blocked the shot though. There's always gonna be, no matter what, uh, you know, no matter what kind of calculation and stuff they have, there's always, you know, plus or minus 25% pen accuracy, whatnot, and damage. Shit, that was a bad choice. And no matter what they do, it is a game, and it's more slated towards arcade than realism. But they are more or less looking to make the game better, which is what they promised the people to do. And people are freaking out a little bit too much over change right now, in my opinion. Whereas, yes, it's going to change the game, and you know, you might have played the game for 3-4 years now, but you know, it's going to make the game better, in my opinion, in the long run. You're welcome, Uber. Ah, nice, Alex. You got the Churchill 7. I try my best not to rant too much, but like if you guys knew me, you know, at work, not to say I'm not liked at work, but I'm not someone to lie to you or sugarcoat something just because it's the right thing to do. A lot of times, you know, my family tells me, you know, to be, for lack of better words, nicer to people. But, you know, at work, you know, I don't give, I give people, you know, second chances and stuff, but I might die doing this. Or I should say I am going to die doing this. Ah, shit. I was trying to get that next shot off. That was stupid. Okay, I'm done ranting about the stupid overmatch changes because I'm not focusing on playing right now. I'm gonna hop back into Oho though. But yeah, essentially, like, you know, at work, me outside of streaming, like, I'm not the type of person to, you know, overlook something and tell you everything's gonna be fine, or, you know, this. I guess I pretty much tell you my thoughts, more or less. But everyone's different. And unfortunately, like, I plan on, like, like I said, I'm going to be doing some videos that aren't strictly like my replays and stuff. It's going to take me some time to get them together because I'm not the best with like editing videos and all that nonsense. Because I more or less just stick to, you know, just replays, you know, live streaming. I don't edit much, but I'm still even doing them. There are going to be more guides and for helping people rather than, you know, pointing out, oh, look, here I'm in the training room doing this and this tank's broken, stuff like that. So hopefully people like them. It was suggested by Christian, not you, Tomo, but Jerry, and his in-game name Sergeant Rocks. I platooned with him a few streams ago, so I'm gonna give that a shot. I just need to. It's a little hard for me to do because all my editing programs, which I'm not going to repurchase them all because they're very expensive. They're on my other PC there, so it takes me a little bit of time to get, you know, recordings and stuff, transfer them over, edit them, then I can upload them from there. But that PC right now, the GPU in it isn't exactly ideal for playing World of Tanks. Wolfie Wolf, the stream stopped. It shouldn't have. So I'd say it's still working on my end. Yeah, it seems to be a lot of how a lot of people find me, Cookie. It's like I know, you know, over the past about a year and 3 months now since I got this house, I've definitely neglected WoT Guru a bit, but you know, I plan on getting back doing more than just, you know, the occasional map strategy over there. Hopefully, you guys will, you know, like that. Alright, I don't want to hit my own tank here. he's gonna hate me, this E5. Okay, it was out about 30 seconds. That's strange. That must be YouTube, because like I'm looking at you know, my feed here, and also, you know, OBS here, and it's not saying anything's on my end. So something must have changed at YouTube. Come on. You know, I don't have the best repair crew in this thing. But being a tier 8, I am completely fine with just sitting here and annoying the hell out of this E5. Well, hey, I've, like, granted, you know, I'm fairly good at World of Tanks. Like, as of recently, you know, I've fallen out of keeping up on weak spots and, you know, the newest, you know, popular tanks of the whatever patch, which definitely helps you keep as like a, I hate saying the name, Unicum player. But as long as you're having fun with the game, that's the most important thing. Like, if I wasn't having fun playing World of Tanks and streaming, I honestly wouldn't, you know, wouldn't keep doing it just for, say, like, the money and stuff. Like, because, you know, most, like, WoT Guru, I feel bad neglecting it. From a personal standpoint, I like making guides, but also, like, it is not a lot of streamers, video makers have their own website, and not a lot of people, like, there's tanks.gg and other websites haven't been around as long as, you know, I've had WoT Guru. I won't say it makes me a ton of money, but it's not bad for a hobby of a, you know, 26-year-old. And I keep getting emails, because I do check my email over there. It's going to be more regularly now that I'm not working, but I keep getting requests through it, and I feel bad. I try to reply back to most of them. Feel bad telling people I'll try to get to it, but, you know, unfortunately, I didn't have a lot of time to get to everything recently, but hopefully I'll start catching back up. I'm definitely going to start, I'm gonna do a little bit less weak spot guides once I get back into doing guides on a regular basis. Like, I still want to do specific ones based off of tanks that I think need it, because you can't always, you know, get updated models off of tanks.gg and other websites easily. And more or less, so I'm going to be doing a lot of tank guides, specific guides for gameplay mechanics and stuff, and also keeping up on map strategies as well. Yeah, oh well. It's hard to explain my thoughts at sometimes. I get so, like, scattered brained. Let's try the Panther again here. Well, see, that's where you take a break. Like, I know Metro's on a break right now. Like I take in the summer, I consider that kind of my breaks. I only play the game like this summer. I only really played when I was streaming. Like I didn't really have time for anything else, but more or less, any game you're gonna need to take a break. And like I've gamed, pretty much my entire life, and you know, this is the only game that's actually kept me interested for this long, which is saying a lot. And you still need to take a break from a game. Like right now, um, I play, like an hour every couple days, if not 2 hours. Final Fantasy 15 came out. I play that on the PS4. That's kind of like my go-to fun game right now. I have Civ 6 still. I still play other games because, games are fun, but they do grind on you if you're playing a competitive multiplayer game, no matter the game. Nothing's ever perfect. So, you've learned to be patient from watching me. Congratulations, Cookie. At least you've gotten that out from my gameplay. That just kind of surprises me because I tend to beat myself up for being a little bit too aggressive at times. Especially, yeah. But I always try to say, I gotta be patient, do this, and then I'm like, screw it, I'm just gonna push. So hopefully all my mistakes, that's where you got that. You learned that from. I don't always tend to go with my head. Alright, I'm gonna get a little bit of speed here and run away like a little pansy. With that M41 sitting out like he is right now, like, holy crap. Like, you just don't see that. Like, he's not even getting damage. Like, I'm the first one to get a just shot on him here. Which, of course, this E50, like, how the hell are they... We don't even have anybody in the base outside of me. Like, I'm trying my best to track this guy, but, this is not going to go well at all. I don't think I'm going to survive this. Yeah. I barely got in. Pretty much, it is about, it's knowing when to pop out and when to... I shouldn't have ran away a little bit sooner there. But, I've never seen a team not go to that side as much as they did not go. Like, if I didn't go over there, they would have been able to, I guess, waltz right into the base without being spotted. It's like, holy crap. Keep hitting his turret. I'm doing my best to try to get some damage here, like, something. Like... why you gotta push into me? Yeah. Oh well. What can you do though when you're in a tier 7 with a bunch of 8s and 9s and your team? Well, they haven't even won this flank because nobody went through essentially the bulk of the land mass. Oh my god. I'm not even mad at something like this because, which I keep saying, if there's any requests, I'll gladly take them. Like, I'm trying to do doubles on some of my tanks here, but I'm not too picky about what I play today. I'm still bad at that at times too, figuring out what your team's doing. Like, what I was about to say there is something I've learned over, however many years I've been playing this. Like, it's almost going to be 5 coming up soon. Essentially, like, I didn't really get mad that match. Like, a lot of people would rage about, their team's retarded, type in chat, and, it was a bad loss. Like, whatever. But a map like that, and, me being a tier 7 and stuff like that, there was nothing else I could have done there to change that outcome. So I try to make the best of it, and pretty much that's how I take it. Like, I know we're gonna lose, but might as well try to do my best to get a win. But I don't blame myself, and I'm not mad at a match like that. More so than me making a stupid mistake in a match that I can win. That's when you kind of see me get a little bit frustrated. Or an ally doing something stupid in a match like that. That annoys me a bit. Yeah, I can play the T20 and the KV2. Well, that's not a bad thing, Jade. Like, already, like, you've heard me say it quite a few times, and even earlier in the stream today, it's a, it's, it's part of the game. I don't think it's terrible. Um, like a lot of people do. It's just it does need rebalance and tweaked a bit. It could be a lot better, but it's not a bad gameplay mechanic, and people just need to get over that fact. Like, yes, it's annoying that you get hit by something, but there's a reason you got hit. You were not in cover from it, and you were spotted. It just didn't randomly spot you from across the map itself and nail you. Like, Lord. Now I'm putting myself in a bad little spot here. Yeah, I can play the KV 222. I guess that's what you're asking for, Wolfie Wolf. I haven't gotten a request for that in a while, and honestly, I keep forgetting to hop into it myself. But that is going to be up for sale, I think, in 2 days here. I was gonna say I should be able to shoot him, but my gun's not high enough caliber to punch through that much cover. Shit. I shot the freaking post. Come on, you little dinky gun. I guess there's only so many freaking brick walls I can shoot before I can start hitting somebody. It's just now I'm in a bad spot here because I've got how many freaking enemies around me, and these guys need to help me out a little bit. I might die, but I'm trying my best to make it so I take as much damage from the enemy as possible. But we have all these people. Okay, maybe they're never mind. I was about to say 2 of them at least are getting shots, but the Nashorn's still focused on getting this one light tank. But I like going to the center of the town more so than up here, unless I'm in a tank that can perform well up there. I did play that a little bit incorrectly, though. If I positioned myself a little bit more north or south in the town, I would have been better at pulling back and not being able to get surrounded like that. Yeah, it's a T20. Exactly, over assaulting Sand River without Artie. Like, like there's certain maps and matches and game modes, like, without SPGs in it, like, I get frustrated if I get one-shotted or a huge hit taken off of me if I'm, like, moving quickly. But that's what they're looking to rebalance. And granted, it hasn't come yet, so you can still be annoyed by it. But people need to drop the whole remove it completely. And so imagine how many people that would piss off and how complicated that would be to refund people their money off of tanks they bought. And that would be such a stupid decision. The KB2 with 3 guns stacked on each other. Exactly, Cookie. I don't like playing with people like that either. This essentially the way, at least on a North American server, um, tier 6 to 10 is where you find, like the long term, most, experienced players, and it's competitive. I would say 5 and under now is because so many people you see, because people are obsessed with, win rate 8 and stats and stuff. A lot of people actually consider, tier 5 now to kind of be, uh, like seal clubbing almost, which I don't agree with. Um, it's like I don't mind playing down to tier 2. It's just I don't have as much fun playing as many matches tier 4 and lower as I do playing tier 5 and up. I mainly like tier 8 to 10 because a lot of tanks, as you get lower tier, it's more, one shots and stuff like that. Tier 10, it's a little bit less so. I'm waiting for these guys to push up before I push near that T-37. And, yep, now I'm not going to push at all because there's a 110 here. Alright. Wargaming scrapped that idea of premium arty. I could see if they, rebalance arty and it's received very well, they might think about it, but more or less so, they scrapped that after the LEFH, because that's right after they implemented that, in the grand scheme of things. Soon thereafter, they started to rebalance arty, and it didn't go well, and they scrapped that idea because they don't want new players flooding, and a lot of people flooding SPGs. They're trying to keep arty at a minimum. Exactly. You got to include the E25. Which I saw the Graham. He sent me a ace tanker for his T20. I saw that I think at least 2 people, I believe, so far on YouTube have made videos. Not with his match, but apparently the T20 is now going to be. They're kind of stating it's tier 7 mediums, the perfect spot to, pad your win rate 8 and stuff like that. Like, T20's been, good for a while. Like, don't ruin it. And by what I mean ruin it, make it so whenever you play it, people are like, oh, that guy's stat padding. Like, no, it's a fun little tank. Leave it alone. Alright. Thank God. I pressed the brake, space bar, and went a little bit left there, and that saved me, I think, for that bounce. So I knew this M46 could pop me going through that little route I just took. Just checking here. 160 can go through his turret still. Not as much as I'd like it to, but whether or not I could hit it without actually aiming, that's another story. Here we go. Already, they have a slight chance to hit me here, actually. But, I'm hoping my team can, like, they're starting to die over here. Like, I'm trying to push the spot for them, but yeah, I'm not getting too much. Granted, we don't have a ton of tanks right now, but more or less, I was trying to spot to get help. I know the S-51 was aiming at him, but this is my only option, is to freaking jam this guy here. I knew that was going to happen. It's trying to slow him down. It's just I wasn't really getting much support there, it seemed like. I'm curious. He's kind of aiming over. Yeah, they're more or less aiming that way. So I just didn't really see too much, shells flying around me. But the guys with me, they pressed hard when they should have just let me spot. Alright, so KV2 was the next request. Hey, we won Westfield though. I'll take that. But even though, that match didn't look too great by my, I set my standards at least doing my HP's worth in damage, which I don't think I did that. Nah, I did a little bit under that. That's really what I shoot for, doing, my HP's amount. But, I still think that was the right spot for me to go to. I could have switched it a little bit, but if they had pushed through the center early on, we would have been in trouble. Yeah, the Comet and Quickie Baby. I like the Comet, but he's got like a obsession with it at times. Yeah, Wolfie Wolf. Again, I'm happy. Someone gifted it to me earlier today because I was about to pick it up. Yeah, the turret armor is going to be pretty similar to the M26 Pershing, so it's going to be a pretty damn good tank for premium. I'll hop into the T-34. I was going to play this, and then I'm going to hop into the KV-220-2. And after that, yeah, I don't think there's other requests, so I can hop into the T-34 for you. Essentially with that, like, it is getting a small buff the next patch to its view range and gun handling. I believe gun handling, as far as its accuracy while moving its turret and stuff. More or less for the T-34, if you're top tier, you can play it a little bit more aggressive, but you more or less want to play it at mid-range, hold down. And with a tank like that, it has a very good gun for a tier 8 premium. Good damage and good penetration. Damage is alpha. But a little bit low in the DPM department, which people focus on and say that it's bad by not having DPM. If they gave it more DPM, the gun would suffer even more. I should have taken that shot. Okay, we are experiencing a classic push through the center. That's an Electo. I thought that was like an AT7 or something. But I actually don't like being top tier in this. It puts too much pressure on landing all your shots at the right moment. I like being low tier in this and, getting a shit ton of damage for a tier 6. Yep, there's one miss there. But yeah, essentially you want to stay hold down. You want to basically dictate the engagement. So what that means is try not to let people rush on you, catch you out in the open. That way you can, pick when you're going to pop out and... That was a bad shot. Take a shot. Like right now, KV2, I should be trying to do the same thing, but now I'm in a spot where I can't exactly, set up my shots very well. I am hoping... I can at least get to here. Nope, M4 spotted me. God damn it. Another miss. This is why I don't like being in the KV2 top tier. It can be awesome at times, but, there's no real place for me to... If I was over near the Black Prince, I'd have no real spots to work with, but, like... Yeah, it's not reliable enough that I like it as top tier, because sometimes you could be a huge handicap to your team, and this is one of those times. Granted, the enemy did bum rush us through the center, and we barely got any damage on him, but... That helps. Oh shit. Oh, sorry dude. I was a little bit late there. I honestly don't know what the rate of fire, you know, for the T-34 is off the top of my head. But if it had more DPM, they, like, you know, they might not nerf it now, but if it, you know, had it when it first came out, they would definitely not be looking to buff its gun handling. Alright. At least we're getting a little bit back into it here. Shit. That doesn't help, though. Just taking one last check here. This SG-100Y scares me. It's just I've been in the same spot, so they're going to flank me, but if he's heading up here, I can't exactly leave the middle wide open to go down with the M4. Just hoping... I actually I'm a little bit upset at myself right now. I wouldn't say I'm doing a good job. M4 on the other hand, I don't even think he's playing, to be honest. Oh lord. Yep, he's a goner. Whew, awesome. Okay, I need to back down here because I have a very long load time. Oh, now I'm in a spot where, you know, they can get to my front and the back. Whew. I don't think I'm going to be able to bounce the Matilda. Nope. I was reluctant to go down there, and that's why. Because at least here I could push forward or backwards. But once I'm down there, it's hard to get back up. Oh well. Mastery badge first class, high caliber, but it was still a loss by any means. It's just, yeah, early on, I was basically missing every single shot, and that's why it's not always best to be... You know, KV-2 is a very good tank. It's just top tier. It's a little bit too RNG dependent to, you know, pull through every time. Well, if it had a higher rate of fire at 4.7, like, you know, it would definitely help DPM wise, but I would more or less say the problems with the T-34 right now, but again, this is my opinion, like they are buffing the gun accuracy a little bit, I think. You know, as you move your turret and stuff, that's not going to bloom as much. And the aiming time as well. That's the main problem with the T-34 is, you know, it's very good at hold down. It can pen anything it really sees, even tier 10s. And it's got, you know, 400 damage isn't shabby. It's just the problem it has is you can be in the best spot, mid-range, hold down, be firing shells, and keep, you know, you can keep missing because of that bad accuracy. So if they buff the rate of fire, which if they went that way, they wouldn't be addressing the accuracy. So you're still going to have the problem of missing all those shots. And that's the main thing I take from the T-34 is I think it's a very good tank for a premium. It's just, it is frustrating when you know, you're set up good, aimed in, and yet you miss shot after shot because it does have to cope with having such a good high penetrating damage gun with turret armor and gun depression as a premium at tier 8 because it used to be a tier 9 tank. That, you know, it can't have everything. So yeah, if I had Wolfie Wolf's three gun KV2, I would have definitely been able to take them out. I I can't pen him. He can pen me though. More or less right on my turret. He's going to be able to pen me easily. But I got a T-150 with me, so... Shit. And they're already... Lord. I might regret this. I'm probably going to regret this. I'm definitely going to regret this. This guy actually knows where to shoot me. Yep, I'm a goner. That's what I get for being a little bit too overconfident. The T-150 didn't push up, but... oh well. But essentially, that guy in the E2, I should have backed off once he started shooting me. That first shot, I kind of peeked. It didn't look like it went through my turret. So using this gun, 177 millimeters with APCR, because 128, if I can, yeah, there it is. 128 won't be able to go through, 120 and 100 on the hull very easily. He was, popping, which I would have done the same thing had I seen a KV-222. He was just taking me out quick before I could, start racking up damage, but, nice play by him. Yeah, if there's any other requests, like I'm doing the T-34 here, I'll gladly hop into them. I still have over an hour left. But that tank, it's going to be for sale in a couple days here. It's so overpowered sometimes, especially if it's just tier 5s. But it's only overpowered if people don't know your turret weak spots, or if you're against 6s and they, pop right through your armor if they have a good penning. If they have a good penning round. So I'm gonna do a little bit different, and I'm gonna fight up here in the T-34. But it is gonna be a slightly different tank next patch with more view range. Essentially, that's gonna bump it out right to about there. So it's almost gonna have the maximum view range outside of if you have over it, it removes camouflage from enemy tanks. But I'm looking to get up in this area because there's 2 SPGs, but if I get up here and the enemy's back here, I can hold down and fight them pretty effectively. I'm going to see what they see, because if I don't see them spotting enemies up here, I'm going to take a slightly shorter approach. The Spectator, I actually don't have the RU-251. I have up to the VK-2801. Any tips would be, really, that tank comes down to spotting, but, it's got a good enough gun, being a tier 8 light, that you can, rack some damage up. It's just keeping your HP until later on in matches. Because if you lose your HP early on, then you're going to have some trouble being a little bit more risky and, flanking people with it. That's just hard to say, lights in general are hard to, give too many tips about outside of, specific maps and playing it. But I'm not up to that tank, unfortunately, yet. Yeah, I can do the AT-15A. Oof, that hurt. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I think most people do know to shoot the turret on that thing now. I'll be partially to blame for that. I think the day it came out, I made a weak spot guide for it. And a lot of people got mad at me who had purchased it as well. Trying my best to keep my hole hidden, but... oh, yep. My guy's pulled back like the T-54. He knew he can just pop up and get me. You want to play that game? I'm just going to pull back too, because it's just, he could have been able to stick out there. The hat? I can make it stay on. But, yeah, I have it on blinking mode. I'm just glad it hasn't caught on fire yet. A44, I'm not trying to block you here. I'm trying to save you. Because this IS-2 is not going to be inclined to push on me. Or maybe he is, and whatever. He's not going to like the outcome of that if our arty actually can hit him, and I can hit him again too. It's just there is a Scorpion G still. Yep, there he is. Oh, my gun depression isn't as good this way. Shit. I hit that highly angled section of his tank. That was extremely stupid on my part. Thank you, though, medium. Very nice. There's a guy actually looking to help out a teammate. Come on it. Nicely done. Yeah, I kind of screwed up there, though. I hit, you know, the angled section there when he was, you know, adding angle to it. Ooh, well. But taking out of this match, not that it's a good match, more or less every single piece of damage I took was when I was trying to push into an enemy, more or less. This tank, you want to stay hold down with. Even tier 10s will bounce off of you. And, you know, it's more of a... Like, I was trying my best to dictate the engagement there, but I was close enough to where after I shot, they know they're safe enough to push in and take shots on me. Whereas if I'm a little bit further away, it's harder for them to actually do that and get damage on you if you're hold down. But the only thing you have to worry about against tier 10s mainly, your roof armor until the overmatch mechanics change, because they can overmatch there, and you know, this flat little section next to your mantlet they can punch through, and tier 10s can punch through right around your gun, especially with premium ammo. Hello, Attila. Nice to see you. I don't know what you just said, but hello. The stream's dropping? That's odd. It still says on my end that I'm not dropping any frames here or anything, which is, you know, a little strange, because usually if, you know, stream's jittering, it tells me that I'm dropping frames or something, and I just adjust the bit rate a little bit. But I'm gonna have to go with something's a little funky on YouTube, or the server I'm streaming to on YouTube right now, because it happened, you know, a little sooner too, or earlier. Thanks for the subscription, Ronald. But yeah, if you know, since I don't have the RU-251, if you want, I can play. Well, I have the VK-2801, or I can play something like the Walker Bulldog T49, the M41 90mm. I could play a higher, or a WZ-132. Probably the WZ-132 plays closest to it, or the M41. I'm gonna head to the town. This is not a very good match or map for AT-15. I can't fight down there very effective. And pushing up here, I get too close to the enemy, because I don't like sitting back here. Because really, your best shots from here come when the enemy's winning the town, and you know, your allies are dying in the town. I don't like sitting in spots like that. That's good. It must be something, I would say, on YouTube's end, because yeah, it's not showing anything on my side. I can always, I haven't done that in a while. I can refresh my server key, and it'll switch where I'm streaming to. So maybe I'll try that next stream. Okay. Just trying to avoid that, but it's just this, you have decent amount of HP on this, but being a TD, like I'm going to be fighting against tier 8 heavies here. Here's this guy talking about overmatch, and he's probably one of those people that watch the videos and, oh my god, it's going to ruin the game. Yeah. Pretty much. Seems exactly like... Are you kidding me already? That thing's just hawking me, it seems like. Like, there's easier people to hit in E2. My only chance now, unfortunately, you know, we've lost quite a few people already. I'm trying to get to a spot in town where I can kind of defend, which would be right down here. But the problem I'm going to have is I don't think our other flank's going to be quick enough to... Shit. I can get shot right now. Hoping this guy does not know my weak spots. But seeing as he's angling correctly, I'm going to say that he does. Yep, he's aiming right at my... This is why you don't want to get close in the AT-15A. People can hit your loader's cupola very easily. That's what I was trying to avoid, but... Yeah, alright. IS-6, I want him to mess up, but... Trying to, you know, eke a shot out here. I knew I wasn't going to hit my own teammate, but... Yep. Yeah. I'm not getting very good matchups here. Yeah, I can play the IS-2 and the Centurion Action X. Why don't I play this Centurion Action X first? It's just mid-tiers, they're very... I think I picked the right tank. Did I? No, I picked the wrong tank. Mid-tiers are very... I have very bad streaks in mid-tiers. They're harder to predict. Exactly, Dana. Which, nice to see you here. But I'll play the IS-2 next. Maybe I'll pop back into AT-15A too. It's just... If you watch a lot of people, you know, that, you know, the best streamers and stuff, you'll notice they almost strictly play tier 8 to tier 10, and specifically 9 and 10. They're a lot more predictable, and, like, I like playing higher tiers. Not to say it's easier, but you have a lot less, you know, matches like that where you're stuck with going to the best of the worst possible spot, if that makes sense. But I guess like high tier is better, but some people strictly stick to there because, you know, they care about win rate 8. I'm not heading to the hill. There is no Artie. Alright, he's pushing across. I'll wait for him then. I was going to say, I'm mainly sticking in the center, and I'm going to decide after I figure out where the enemy's main blob is, where to go. Which looks like it's the hill, so I'm going to scurry onto this side. As long as our team can hold onto the hill, we'll be better off taking this part of the map. circling around them. Please don't hit me. Fortunately, it was 534 damage and not like 750. Shit. I should have hit that shot. Now he's in a spot I can't damage him in. Alright, it's waiting for him to move up a little bit further, or my mediums to move up a little further. I don't want to start fighting towards the hill. It's a like a, no pun intended, an uphill battle. The fight from the river. I've learned better than to try to fight people from the river and shooting up on the hill. I want to know where this PZ4 is. I'm definitely not angling right here. There he is. To say I'm flirting with death here. At least I got him out, but he's got me to a point where I'm too shottable. Just need to keep an eye on my left side. Shit. That was a nice little shot by him. Luckily he only tracked me. Buddy. Just didn't want to take a hit there. I didn't need to. But, you know, they won the hill very easily, but without Artie, the hill is not the easiest spot to break through and crack. Shit, I was trying to track him there. Let's protect my ammo rack, hopefully. Or I'll nudge him. But that's why I didn't head to the hill. Without an SPG, it's, you know, it can become pretty much deadlock. Even if you have a slight advantage on an enemy, it's very hard to actually break through it. Yeah, I moved out a little bit too far there. Pretty decent match though, 5 kills. About to die. I knew the TVP was up there, but I was banking on him not, you know, being there till I passed through. Not a bad match. 5 kills, 3,500 damage. Alright, so I'll do the IS-2 here next, then the AT-15A. Yeah, we lost Live Oaks pretty easily there. Here it is. Trust me, I know, Cookie. Streaming, you see the good, the bad, the extremely bad, and the worst. pretty much too, Anthony. You know, that's why a lot of people stick up there. You're, you know, tier 10, 100% always top tier, but it drastically increases the probability tier 8 to 9 too. Thank you, Uber. But yeah, like, I like taking requests. You know, I don't keep tanks in my garage that I wouldn't play. You know, some tanks I don't like too much, I'll say, but I don't mind playing a match or two in them from time to time, because, you know, World of Tanks, the draw I have to it is actually, nah, T29's heading that way. You know, it's a game where you have, I don't know, like 400 tanks or something now, if not even more. So I like keeping a bunch of different kinds, because, you know, it kind of gets stale if you play the same exact tanks over and over. Granted, it might be the most effective to do that, you know, especially statistically, but I like, you know, popping around. Some tanks, you know, just plain out suck sometimes, but when you have a really good match in it, it's freaking awesome. It's a good feeling. Never, never sell a premium tank. That you'll regret it. Trust me, it's not worth it to sell it. The IS-2's not bad. It's just essentially, you know, it's a premium version of the IS in the tech tree. It's not bad. It's just a different kind of heavy tank. You know, less so armor-wise. But I would say never ever sell a premium tank. You're better off, hell, not playing it, and someday you might come back to it. But the credit value you get in return is not worth, you know, the money you put in to get it. He just eked out there, but this guy, I don't know why he's pushing. He has a death wish, but I want to get him out so I can continue on my merry way. And I critical hit him. Wonder if he has like a scouting mission for some odd reason. I'll take the 13 damage on the M3. Now, the T-34 I still need to get out. I guess I want to push up, and there we go, because I'm top tier. They're camping back here, so I want to, you know, push up for my team, and they can support behind me, hopefully. Yeah, I can play a light tank, tier 5 to 7. I don't have the Chinese 112. I still wouldn't sell that, though. That's a good tank, now that they buffed it. This KV-1 needs to push up, though. He's... Not that, you know, it's a lot of support, but that's the support I was kind of counting on. Well, you know, hell, it's your decision if you want to sell it or not, but, you know, I've sold a couple premiums a long time ago, and I wish I didn't. That blasty 25. This is where reverse side scraping does come into handy, and it missed. Ooh, M7 Priest. Alright, seeing as I don't think there's any TDs up there, I'm just gonna kill you. Thanks for moving up. Wrong now. Comes a point when my rear armor is going to be facing out, though, so I'll take a little bit of a gamble and try to squeak through here. Change of plans. I was going to push up the one line, but it's a little bit too risky now for me to get spotted that early. This blasted guy, yeah, I'm going to go with my bad accuracy. I do have APCR, which gives me a chance to pen his front, but I'm still going to try to aim for the weak spot. I'm surprised I penned him there. Within a certain time frame, Anthony, and it's only I think it's a week that you can buy back standard premiums. I don't know if they consider the IS-2 a rare premium, say like the KV-5, Type 62 and stuff. Those tanks you always can buy back for credits now, but standard premiums you only have like a week, I believe. It could be a little bit longer. But you're buying them back for more credits than what you sold it for. So, you know, that's why I'm saying it's not worth it. Chinese lights are actually, you know, pretty good. You know, the 5916 lacks, you know, penetration, but the rest of them are pretty fun to play. I'm guessing that they'll get the AMX. Not a bad match though. Did more than my HP's worth of damage. This tank, like, I could have taken more risk because top tier and I still have full HP, but more or less try not to take too much damage early on in this. Hummel just shot. Hoping I find him. Yep. He's gonna try to scoot away, but I'll be able to catch up to him. You're not that fast, Hummel. Yeah, like, I won't say I'm the best in them, but they are decent lights. I say if you get a premium for free, like, you could sell that if you want to, but me personally, like, I've probably sold, I think, 3 that I've bought. They were all low tiers, and I have all 3 of them back. I'll say that. But I don't know. Everyone's different. That's just, you know, it doesn't make sense. It's better for you to say buy gold than to buy a premium tank and, you know, then sell it for credits, something like that. But did we? Yeah, we won. Or no, I wasn't. I was in the Tundra match. I thought I missed one. Not a bad match here. High caliber, 2300 damage. IS2, you know, more or less don't try to get shot in it. If you're top tier like I was, you can, you know, angle and bounce some shots though. Alright, so I got those 2 matches done. Request wise, yeah, it was a light tank tier 5 to 7. So let me pull them up. Light. Which one do I want to play here? Maybe I'll play the Type 62. That's still for sale right now. Well, the Chinese Stewart is a lot better than the American one, so you got that going there. Exactly, Dana. It's just, I don't know. If you think you're never going to play it again, I would still say it takes, even for like a tier 8, it doesn't take that many matches to make the credits up that you would get for it. So, to me, it's better just to stash it in the chance that you're going to play it again, or if you're doing like clan stuff that someone might want it for a strategy or something. So, Wolfie Wolf, any specific time? I don't know. Essentially, I'm going to be finished the 113 grind here. The T57 line, I got to purchase both of them. I got the German mediums I'm doing, Japanese heavy, both Swedish lines coming out. And then after that, I'll be able to start, you know, other lines. So, sometime soon. It's just, really credits are my main handicap for the most part. Because I can always convert free experience. It's just, it's credits that, you know, are limiting me right now. But I do want to play the Czechs mediums. It's just, yeah, they're going to have to wait until I'm done, you know, all my lines here that I've currently started. That helps. I'm trying to get out of the Bulldog in case he has that autoloader. We kind of made the one guy run into the other guy though. That was kind of funny. Yeah, I plan on the Czechs tanks down the road. German TDs, Russian TDs, you know, French heavy tanks. I plan on getting them soon. It's just too many tanks. Wish I had a media account, but Wargaming doesn't like me. Probably because I tell things how they are. Granted, I do have the permission I have from Wargaming to basically monetize my website, all my videos and stuff, it does kind of state there. They do it for everybody that they have the right to remove any video that they deem, you know, not appropriate for World of Tanks. So essentially, if you bash the game too much, they can technically take your videos down. Uh, so, I don't think they care too much, unless you're like hacking and stuff. But it is in there for every single person that monetizes their videos. Oh lord, I cannot pen him. I can't pen any of these guys, and now, yeah. M6, save us. We are in a shitty ass position, and I'm gonna die. Really, our Artie is our only hope, and I'll save you. Not really. We're doing well there, but who would have known that a T-28 prototype and an AMX M4 would have, you know, pushed across the river like that? If they were back here, I would have been fine, but oh well. Okay. I'm gonna hop into another light tank because that sucks. So I'll play the Walker Bulldog. Well, the Swedish tanks, like as far as like the whole female crew thing, really it just gives you a leg up on one crew skill essentially experience wise, and it makes the rest easier to grind out because the brothers or sisterhood, whatever, of steel or arms or whatever, doesn't count as any experience. But I would say put them in a tank that you're going to keep forever and, you know, enjoy playing because, you know, it'll become, you know, useful for you to have that crew in that. Swedish tanks aren't going to be the easiest to play as far as TDs go, but I would say the heavies, you know, they're definitely a very good line. So if hold down autoloaders interests you, but very good turret armor, specifically to tier 8 to 10, you'll like the Swedish heavy tank. So I like the Type 62, but you know, any light tank in the position I was in would have struggled there. As far as the refer a friend tank, you're talking about, I forget the specific name of it, but essentially the tier 8 premium you get. It's not a bad tank. It does have a pretty big cupola that can be damaged, but you know, it's a free, you know, tier 8 premium, which, you know, it's not bad. It's just, you know, it's not the best premium out there, but it is a free tier 8 American medium premium tank, and it is a pretty, you know, it's well balanced. I would say it plays, I won't say it's better than the T26E5. Granted, that's a heavy, but compared to the Super Pershing, it is, you know, a better medium because the Super Pershing's more like a heavy, and compared to the M46 Patton KR, you know, it still holds up pretty well. Come on, guys. Is anybody gonna come with me? Hello? There's only one bat chat. But once we get it, I'm excited to get the tank. That's why we needed the platoon more. I know, you know, it's partially my bad. If you notice, I don't pick light tanks in general regularly. I'm not grinding any except for the VK right now, but more or less, they're not exactly my best class, nor are they the best class for anybody on a regular basis right now with how World Tanks is balanced. Until they go through with all the changes they want to do, V-range and tier 10 lights, overmatch and stuff. Yeah, I usually don't pick light tanks on my own. I would go with the French heavy tanks if you're already started. they're getting buffed the next patch, the tier 9 and 10 gun depression. But I would just stick with the French ones. Like, I want to go down that line as well. Holy shit, that was so fucking lucky. Excuse me, but holy shit, like, only me. But hey, the reason I stuck here is because I don't think I would have influenced the match too much with my gun. The E75, I don't know why he's sitting on the cap, but I wish we would have, if they didn't get a reset there, we would have capped them out. So I know this isn't the most interesting gameplay right now, but I think it's my best chance to win, especially now. I just saw my 1 to 2 line dying. Up there, I wouldn't have been able to influence that much on my own. But, oh well. I definitely will say I'm not the best light tank, and I'm especially not the best RD driver in the world, or RD player in the world right now. Nor am I the best at, you know, anything in the world. Oh, if they had not reset us, though, we would have easily been able to cap them out before they found us. Yep, T-49 got us. Oh well. You can blame it on me, but I know it, you know, it's hard for me to platoon sometimes, but yeah. Alright. Yeah, I can play the T-62A. Yeah, unfortunately, lights, like, I don't know. Sometimes you can get good matches in them, but oftentimes, right now, they're just not balanced correctly for light tanks. Like, from when I started playing lights, you kind of feared them in a way because they're really good at spotting, and you know, they're useful. Like, Chaffies used to be able to face tier 10 tanks, and that's how well they could spot back then. Nowadays, they're very frustrating to play. It's not to say it's not worth to play light tanks, but I don't know. It's just some matches like that where I could have pushed out and, you know, I could have helped my team, but more or less I would have just been cannon fodder. So, what about stuffed French toast? Which, oh, these people next weekend for breakfast with Santa, they're gonna be in for a surprise. I have usually, you know, they get basics like scrambled eggs, home fries, bacon, sausage. They're getting stuffed French toast, 2 different kinds. They're getting a crap ton of stuff I had a little bit of extra of from this past weekend. They're gonna be happy. Well, that's good that you do, you know, good in the AMX 1390. Win rate 8 though that's one of the tanks that people pad their stats in, because win rate 8, you know, is extremely biased, and light tanks, if you can actually do damage in them, which isn't the easiest, you know, your win rate 8 can skyrocket. But that's just because it's not. I actually saw people discussing it. The reason why, well, I thought that in World of Tanks API they didn't have assisted damage and spotting damage, essentially, because win rate 8 doesn't account for that. More or less, the reason why win rate 8 doesn't account for it is because the formula for win rate 8 will not allow, if they update the API, for basically for it to differentiate your matches before it started counting spotting damage and after. So it will completely break that system. Win rate 8 or win rate 9 does, but more or less, you know, people are kind of until someone adopts it, essentially XVM, everyone's stuck on win rate 8, and it's a flawed system because it only counts essentially damage, kills, you know, experience, stuff like that, and it doesn't count assist damage. And it's actually in the API. I thought it wasn't for wargaming, but more or less it's them not including it because their calculation or system's kind of flawed. They never anticipate it for it to count assisted damage. This is a little bit iffy, but I'll go with you 140. Just we have to push far here, or else we're going to take shots on the side. But there's no arty, so it's a little bit less risky once we got up here. Alright, you can gladly push past me. Thank you. Oh, shit, there's a Scorpion G. I'd say it made my life really easy with that object just pushing up like that. He's not really playing, but he is spotting us right now, so he did. Well, if you're ever interested, I could tell you how to make it. It's not... I love stuffed French toast. Well, A, it tastes good, but at the restaurant, it's very easy to make stuffed French toast out of pretty much anything. Like, I've done roasted pumpkin and white chocolate stuffed French toast. I've made strawberry cheesecake stuffed French toast, strawberry shortcake stuffed French toast. Like, you can make it out of pretty much anything. And, you know, it sounds delicious and it tastes delicious. Alright. Oh, I'm the best at that? Well, thank you. Hello, Vlado. Sometimes... Oh, I hate the wait staff. I hate it because they don't always offer my specials because... I'm not part of management for front of the house, unfortunately. But sometimes they're like, oh, you have a stuffed French toast special again? I'm like, yeah, it sounds delicious. Like, I gave you some to try. And they're like, oh, like, just do your job and sell it. Sorry, IS-7. You're trying your best over there, but unfortunately this flank, nobody's on it. There we go. Well, if you're just using APCR, no wonder. I'll look it up, Scud. After this, I'll look up what equipment I use on the Chaffee. Come on. Ew, I'm skidding. It's just going further up. I had to crest the hill there before I can hit him. Here we go. Pretty nice, easy win here. 3,500 damage. No arty again, and unfortunately the enemy didn't push. Left us, you know, options to flank them, and pretty much done deal there without arty. Oh, thanks, Bat Chat. That's classy. I don't know if you were doing that on purpose, but he had blocked all of our shots by pulling right up next to him like that. Really, dude? You're trying to do... It's another person where... I don't know if he was doing it intentionally to block the rear, but... you just killed yourself. Thank you, Uber. Yeah, 4K damage ain't too shabby for a T-62A. Mastery Badge second class. Bat Chat did a lot of damage. Yeah, we lost that too. No surprise. Chaffee though. I'll actually play a Chaffee. Come to think of it. Yeah, vertical stabilizer, rammer, and then optics. I don't passive scout really much at all. The only time where I consider it is when I, have camouflage on my crews. But I moved my Chaffee crew to the T-49 a while ago. Thank you, spectator. Which I still have, about 25 minutes here. So if there's any other tanks you'd like to see, feel free to mention them. My next stream is going to be Wednesday, 4 to 7. And then Friday, I'll be streaming 6 to 8, of course. Sunday, 6 to 8. And next Monday is going to be the day where I have to figure out when I'm streaming that day. It'll probably just, instead of being 12 to 3, it'll probably just be a pinch later on in the day. Like a 4 to 7 or, a late night stream that day. Alright, so I'm going to try to spot over on this side real quickly. That's usually where the bulkier tanks head, and you can get some pretty decent spots here for Artie. But unfortunately I don't have the Foch or the Foch. Some big heavies over here. Anybody taking some shots at them? I'm seeing now. So get a little bit of distance. Take that, Leopard. Like to see you shoot through that rock. I can play a Tolby, yeah. But yeah, French TDs, I've never really been interested too much in them. So unfortunately, yeah, I don't have any of them. Whoopsie daisy. I actually want to make my way away from here because I can't, fight against an OHO very effectively. Because our team, is playing extremely defensive there, which will probably come back to bite them. But I gotta do what's best for me and my team, and that's heading over here because we have a possibility to break through this side, but whoops. Only if we can get the ball rolling over here. Thank you very much, Dana. Much appreciated. I know you like that tank too. Actually, I have, I think, 2 replays I gotta do for the WZ, before the next patch hits. Come on, guys. I'm mainly looking at the guys up there. We can push this side. It's just, us light tanks, we can't do it. Shit. There goes my safety net. Try to help out with this Tiger over here. Come on. A little bit of APCR never hurts anybody. Oh shit. That was such an awkward laugh I did, but that's what I got with that Tiger one falling down. My engine's out again. Shit, Firefly, what are you doing to me? Trying to help the LTTB. A little bit expensive for me to do that, but well worth it. Well, I actually have, I think there's one match I have for the WZ. It wasn't one I was streaming too. Hello, Nitbot. Nice to see you. I have no idea what the SP1C was doing. I took that one shot at him, but I don't know what he did after that. Which I see you, Wolfie Wolf. I don't know why I'm going this way. Me and my little beat up Chaffee. It's a holiday hat, don't you like it? It increases your win rate 8 by at least 600 points. If only. Where the hell is... There's the M46. I was like, where the hell is this guy? He's probably going to have a lot of damage, but is that spot really useful? You know, that late into the match if your team's losing? If you have full HP that late, you know, there's something wrong. It's when I do like a last-ditch effort to try to push and do something rather than sit in the back and just farm damage. Come on, you little penetration. Get through there. Alright, so we got the Cody up next for a request. Not a bad match. Mastery badge first class. Not too shabby. Yeah, our KB5 did a good job. But yep, see, most amount of damage by that guy. But was he really helping his team out to win when they even had pushed far on that side? And, you know, he was still sitting back there and, you know, didn't help with the push after, you know, initially he probably racked up a lot of damage. Okay, the Cody. I clicked on the Tauren. I got the Cody actually down here. Somewhere. There it is. Here we go. Whoopsie daisy. Wrong crew member, I think. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's a light tank. Yeah, I need to pull out another crew member because with these German tanks now that I'm doing them. I retrain quite a few of my low tier ones. There we go. So after the Cody, I'll either hop into the WZ-111-14 or that's kind of what I'm feeling like playing again to see if I can finish this grind off for the 113. Unless there's another request that anybody wants. I know, his stats, the horror if he didn't get all that damage with a loss. Alright, where do I want to go in this little thing with tier 4s? Think I'm gonna venture my way up here. Because down here isn't as useful. as winning, you know, this upper main portion, and it's a lot more risky. Even if you have the numbers, you can, you know, by the time you make it to anywhere, you know, either this way or if you push across here, you can suffer a lot of damage. Oh, the V range on this is horrible. It is a tier 3, but I'm used to playing, you know, max V range. It just makes it harder to see where enemies will be able to spot you from at low tiers. So I assume anywhere tier 6 and up, max V range is where I try to stay out of. Trying to get in here to where this Cruiser 4 is. Yeah, we can take these guys out, guys. We just need to approach this appropriately. Which is not bad. They need someone to be able to draw their fire away to be able to push through there. Shit, there's an M2 medium. He's not tall enough. Oh lord. Like, is anybody gonna help here? There's a Type 95 sitting back there. Oh, he just got shot. Was that by him or my teammate? Yeah, it was by him, it looks like. Holy shit, I didn't know that he could push me out. I survived that though. I think he was a little ill-prepared. The T-150, I think I have that now. I don't have... I'll have to look. I don't think I have equipment or anything on it. Yeah, I don't mind playing, you know, low-tier matches from time to time, JT. I try to stick, you know, above tier 5 or up, but I don't mind, you know, low tier 1 here or there. Yeah, it's usually if I don't have, you know, 10 degrees of gun depression or a ton of armor, I tend to avoid the hills. You can still support the hill by you know, fighting in the town like I did. Alright, Hetzer. Ooh, I whiffed. Yeah. Penetration on this thing is definitely lacking a little bit, to say the least. Trying to shoot him above this space armor there. It's just those things are frickin' heavily armored for a low tier. Hello Hayden, nice to see you. I would say that the T-25 is better. Like, I don't know both stats 100% off the top of my head, but I would say the T-25 is probably the better of the two. Hi. So yeah, I do have the T-150. I don't have anything equipped up for it. So only because I'm saving for the Swedish tanks, Cookie. I'll play that for you. You know, when I get that equipped up, just remind me. But yeah, I got a bunch of crews and tanks when they're on sale. Getting ready for that, but I kind of have to save credits to be able to get all these tanks. You know, I really need right now. I just don't want to spend you know, all that money on equipment and modules right now. But I'll definitely get to the T150 at some point, Cookie. I can play, it's not the same, but I have like the KV1, the KV220-2, KV2, those tanks. I'm just trying to budget myself the best I can. And like the 113 is the next tank I'm going to have to get. That's going to be a huge chunk of change. I just need to calculate if I can actually get all these tanks within, because the next patch comes out December 14th. You know, reasonable time frame. Yeah, the low tiers, they're not bad for crew training. Awesome. And of course you know, he's gonna be able to pen me. I hate critical hit, and like an E5 doesn't have armor on its side, but I'm gonna take a chance here. There we go. That made it worth it. Yep. Levi's been here the whole time, laying next to me, staring at me like, come on, you only gave me like 3 hours of attention this morning. Yeah, I'm not gonna get another shot there, so I'm gonna squeak into the town. Oops, sorry, bat chat. Okay, miss taking this somewhat slow. There we go. Just spotting through the archways is very, not to say buggy, but it doesn't always spot correctly through them. Like there could be a tank sitting in front of you, but you can't see it. That's not good. Alright, time to switch the spot. I'm gonna switch to the next one up. I'm at what am I at now? I put it in my title. 184 tanks I have. So I'm getting there. Whoop, and he's gone. I didn't kill him, but whatever. Let's see if I can get this M103 here. Shit. It's just my shot was through that freaking little car, and that definitely, you know, soaks up your shot. He had a better shot on me. I should have backed off. Oh shit, now, oh awesome, my team, yeah, we don't really have too many eyes on the center of the town. I didn't even see that we lost that many tanks. Come on. Here we go, we got him. Run away, bat chat. I'm not gonna be so lucky. Gotta worry about this T-30. Shit. I was trying to hit that little... I just missed it. Oh well. Ah, shit, he's gonna be able to get me. Yeah, unfortunately this thing doesn't have much armor, but I still did almost 3k damage, 1100 spotting, so... Hello GG, nice to see you. Yeah, we lost Westfield somehow. I'm surprised we lost that. We're ahead by a pretty good margin. Alright, so I got time for one last battle here. You were mentioning the T-25 and the Tauren. Why don't I hop into the T-25 here? I love the WZ-111. It's awesome for tier 9. So let's say I thought I heard a dog around me. Nope. But yeah, this will probably be my last one here, guys. I'll be back streaming Wednesday 4 to 7. You know, Friday and Sunday 6 to 8. Today was a pretty decent stream. It's pretty fun. You know, I had a couple of rants in there. But maybe I should make a clickbait article about how overmatch mechanics weren't all that bad. But then, you know, people would probably hate me. Alright, this tank is definitely quick in a straight line. It doesn't turn that great, but I was hoping a light tank would get some spots for us, but nope. It's a little bit heavy. It's only, I would say my head hurts a little bit from wearing it for 3 hours. I really need to start feeling it, you know, a little over 2 hours, but it's only because right now I have headphones on. It doesn't exactly fit my head. Without headphones, it, you know, it feels like a normal hat. Not that I wear hats, so. Awesome. This thing doesn't have that much armor, and I, you know, can't penetrate it. Problem of tier 5s, or tier 5 mediums, just to say. Right, this IS-2 looks like he's gonna go, so I'll support him. Very much like him to take. The first shot. No. Oh Lord. Like this premium is pretty fun to play, but matches like this where, like, I could go back to the center, but it's just not very good at, like, most tier 5s. And we have Squeaky Dog right now. Awesome. When he goes on a squeaking rampage, he does not stop for a while. Ah shit, there's a Cromwell. But this tank, you just have to be aware. The speed sometimes gets you in trouble, but you know, it doesn't have enough pen to. Why is he pushing? To go toe to toe with high tier heavy tanks. I was like, why is that IS pushing on me? Ooh, you just get bounce after bounce. But it is a pretty good crew trainer because it has a pretty good sized crew. Just chucking HE at this guy now. And it worked. A little bit surprised that it worked. There we go. Racking up a little bit of damage now. I'll take it though. Alright. Ooh, Lord. I was hoping I wasn't going to flip myself over there. Ooh, no, don't do it, FE. I was hoping he'd come down on my side, but I'm not that lucky. Maybe I am. If I can actually hit him. Nope, almost. At least we got a win for the last match today. Okay, thanks again for watching, guys. I don't know what this is going to turn out to be. I think Mastery Badge 2nd class, probably. No, Mastery Badge 1st class. And I got a, whatever the hell that's pronounced. I'm not even going to attempt that. Medal. Not too bad, though, for, you know, being in a Tier 7 match. Yeah, nice way to end the stream. But, yeah, next stream, Wednesday, 4 to 7. And then Friday and Sunday, 6 to 8. Hopefully you guys have a good rest of your day, which I'm actually... Did we... Yeah, we won Siegfried Line. I'm surprised. That was... I thought that was going bad, but yeah, at least we won that. Here we go. Yep. Getting pretty damn close to 113 too. Looks like they capped them out. But yeah, I'll see you guys next stream, hopefully. Have a good one. Getting close to the 113. See you guys.